Hey my dudes. So let's talk about Yunjin. So I do think she is more interesting than Shenhe. Why do you ask? Okay, I don't have any cryo units. Sniff. But that's not the only reason. I think her kit is for a 4-star pretty interesting. So let's get started. Oh, a small reminder. This is based on a leak, so numbers will change. But I don't think MiHoYo will change the kit itself. Okay, let's start with her elemental skill. So you can tap it. It's a fast and low geo damage strike. It's really fast, you just saw it. Or you can hold it. It's much slower. Bam. Deals much more damage. And also creates a shield during the duration of the skill. You can charge it 2 times. And during the duration you are shielded. So it's like Beido's E-skill just for Geo. And yeah, it's really hard. Also to remember, she gets a passive skill, which will, just like Beido, allow you to counter attacks. So if you get attacked during the first charge or just the start of the whole skill, it will deal directly damage as high as the second charge level. Amazing! Okay, here are some numbers. So with a defense of 2000 and some geo damage, some crit damage, you should be able to get them, especially with the new armor set for geo. The elemental tab, it's low, I think. It's okay. It's not bad for a small tab, small energy tab if you don't have time. But the hold damage, wow, it's really good even with bad gear. So just like Beido, you can use it if you get attacked, or you will get attacked soon and you know it, and then boom, counter it. I think it will feel amazing. I hope they will keep the setting and perhaps even buff a little bit of her damage. Oh well. Okay, now let's talk about her birth. This is where it gets interesting. So, it will deal a low amount of geo damage. Doesn't matter. But, now the interesting part is, it will buff normal attacks, depending on her defense. So why it is interesting is, if we look at some numbers now. So at level 8, the ultimate will scale with 51 and 46% of her death, and plus some about 2 or 11.50 for her passive skill. Perhaps it's changing. If we add both of them and with a base defense of 2100, we get a bonus damage scaling hit of 1345. So now the question is, how does the buff work? Where do they add it? So is it added at the end of all calculations? Or before any multiplier or any crit? Well, if you look at the latest leak, there are some assumptions, but this is still a speculation. We don't know about it, but we can at least theorize about that. Okay, here's a clip now from my Ningguang and my team. So you will see here some kind of normal attack damage. I don't use this charge attack because a charge attack is not a normal attack. So it's critting for 2000 about and hitting for about 600 or let's say 700. So my range is hitting here for about, let's say 500 for average. And for critting, just like 1500. Okay, now let's add the buff. So if we get the 700 hit at 1300, then we get 2000. So that's massive. That's about 200% bonus damage for like 30 stacks. So 30 hits, Ningguang hits 2 times every time. Wow. Also the crit damage, it's also almost 100% more auto attack damage. Now interesting is also if we use the charge attack now, does it buff the small free projectiles which for Ningguang? OP? I don't know. So let's check that with Raiden again. Okay, now with Raiden, it's also really good. Hits are pretty hard. 270% about increased. But it all depends on where they add the bonus damage. If they added it at the end of the crit after all calculations, it's still not bad. But if we use my calculations here, I will pop it up. So I added the bonus damage after all the base calculations of the character for a normal hit, just before the crit multiplier. Well, I don't know why, but I think it was just a feeling. But if it's before the elemental multiplier, then it's even better, right? So we unfortunately don't know about that. And even if the calculations are not correct, we can still see that the bonus damage is still pretty good. And I think she will be great in many teams, especially for auto attack characters, fast auto attack characters. So you have 30 stacks and just a duration of 10 seconds or 99 seconds. You want to get them out really fast. So a small two-hander dude will, I don't know if they get 30 stacks. So in the end, Ningguang will be great. I think that's it. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe.